Welcome back to the Wasteland, here with the Lair of Secrets and our Fallout 2D20 game. This is session number 3. Session number 2, they were able to hang out at Taffington Boathouse, clearing out some bloat flies and other things like that. They'd just finished with that and traveled on their way to Covenant. And at Covenant, they found Covenant being attacked by a few raiders, which they helped dispatch. And then at the end of that, they were invited into Covenant. They do know that the ghoul and the raiders that are with the ghoul Thriftway are nearby, thanks to a note left on a corpse of a raider back at Taffington Boathouse. And Steve New Gunner is quite eager to catch up to Thriftway's tail so that he can get his custom laser pistol back. So
New Ray 3000.
The new Ray 3000. So let me go through and start with Chris.
Chris, I'm playing Goulardi, a chemist, a ghoul, a wanderer who is looking forward to finding out if they're going to let him into town or not.
And Aaron.
I am playing a nurse handy who is known as Nurse 17. She is a nanny bot. She believes that all the other characters are her class, and she is there to take care of them and keep them in good behaviors.
And Ken?
He's playing Steve New Gunner, former Vault resident, current Vault resident, just out on extended detachment while he's doing some weapon testing, except his weapon got stolen, but we're going to get it back real soon now. And in the meantime, he is bringing to the larger world the teachings of New War TM, which will explain to people how to properly use grenades so that you don't blow up your friends.
Even though you're not sure what the TM stands for.
It's important. It's on everything in the vault.
Yep. It's like a logo or something.
Like that.
Josh.
I am playing Lucky Buck, who is a person who just got scolded by the nanny bot for misusing his grenades.
The gunfire has ceased. There's some raider bodies here. A couple people come out. You recognize one of them as one of the people that was shooting from the wall. Comes out. It's like, hey, thanks for helping us out. I mean, helps us conserve a little ammo. Getting raiders coming by every few days. It's been a persistent problem. So thanks a lot for helping thin that group.
Well, we have a lot of things that we need to sell you. So I'm hoping that good charity extends to our prices.
Well, I'm Angel Coleman. I help man the wall, do odd jobs, etc. around. And as soon as you're all done with anything you want to do here, come on inside. We got food. We have things that we could sell you. We also have some people who are really good at fixing things inside as well, if anybody needs anything fixed up. Although your nurse handy there, they're looking pretty tip-top. Don't see many of those that aren't fritzing around lately.
Well, I was just a tip-top of the line, so I'm not surprised. I don't know what my children here would do without me.
Okay. Well, I'll meet y'all inside.
So where is the store so that we can get rid of this junk?
Okay.
We have lots
it
and lots
is
of
evidently
junk.
inside of the gate here. The walls here are cinder block. They look to be fairly newly constructed, maybe within the last year, and are so they're and there's
Okay. Well,
as you come around the side.
Yeah, I should like to come around the side.
Yep, and by the side, I mean the north side of the community, which runs along the road that you had been on before you snuck off of it when you heard the gunfire and went over the hills. So if you had continued along the road, you would have eventually come to Covenant.
Okay.
I guess, did we want to scavenge from the guys that we just...
Well, yes, we have 3 bodies to scavenge from.
Yeah. As Lucky Buck has his hands in a raider's pocket there, do we want to scavenge these guys? The three raiders, they all have road leathers. They're all wearing like road leathers. They each have a pipe gun and a tire iron. Between the three of them, have 36 caps.
Woohoo!
Pay off the bullets that I used to kill them.
And did they have any bullets to go with those pipe guns, or were they just using harsh language?
That is a really good question. Let's see. They're all 38 weapons. Let's see. There are 26 38 rounds between the three of them.
Okay.
Nice.
So I guess we all dutifully follow Nurse Handy into the settlement.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
All right.
I
Does
imagine
anybody
she's like
shoot
so.
a 38?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Does anybody here shoot a 38, or can we sell these pistols in this ammo?
I'll shoot anything if you give it to me, but
Have you passed your exams?
well, yes, I do have my. Ooh, and he like pulls up his Pep Boy. Like, okay, wait. Yep, small gun certification right there.
Okay, you can have one.
I got a badge and everything.
If he's got a badge, then he can have one. That's how it works.
All right. Yeah, so inside you see a few people milling about. You hear people working some sort of shop nearby, banging on metal sort of thing. You do see there's let's see, 4 or 5 houses here, 4 houses that are enclosed by this wall. Some are 2 stories, and you do see threadbare, I guess is one word for it, a Mr. Handy model without any armor plating on the outside, just kind of floating around at the back end of the settlement here. The man you met earlier, Angel Coleman, he's a kind of weather beaten, aren't we all, in the Wasteland, in some fairly decent looking leathers that seems to protect him pretty well. He has a pretty nice rifle that he had been shooting, but from what you saw, not necessarily the best of shots. So, and you see a boy running around as well. As you're coming in, actually runs up to you, and has a glass. Who is near Nurse 17?
I'll be dutifully following along, marveling.
Okay, yeah, you were just talking about your certification.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Comes up with an actual glass and says, it's like, hey, hi, thanks for helping. Here's some lemonade.
I looked at the lemonade.
Okay, it looks like lemonade, or it at least kind of.
I
I am
found. Sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
I'm a little suspicious of this lemonade.
I have found a goodly number of substances in the surface world that are yellow and yet not lemonade.
This is lemonade. Deezer makes it.
Who is
Deezer.
Deezer?
He points to the Mr. Handy in the back.
I'm gonna do a little Pip-Boy science analysis on it.
Okay.
I still have not encountered this water that people say flows in such abundant supply on the surface.
It seems to register as safe. Seems to.
Where's Lucky?
Go ahead, Steve. Enjoy it.
This seems like a job for Lucky, really.
Lucky, you're being handed a glass of lemonade.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Let's drink it then.
It tastes really good to you. I mean, you've lived in the Wasteland for years and years. It tastes really good. It's got a little bit of mute fruit maybe in there. So, yeah, it seems pretty decent.
Really good. Here. And I'll hand it back to him.
Well, I'm not going to drink from the same glass you did. That's not hygienic.
Very good.
Yourself.
I need some stars or something. I need star stickers.
I think Steven's coming to the realization that the most rational human on the planet is not, in fact, human.
Yeah, the boy says, well, I mean, Deezer makes it pretty often, so if you want some, I can get you some more.
I took it back from him.
Okay.
I'm gonna go finish it off. I'm just gonna start walking around, checking things out.
Okay. As you walk around checking things out, that pounding of metal sound seems to be some sort of like maybe a forge or some sort of other workshop. You see like one of the big cylindrical turrets in there that has been taken apart. Looks like they're maybe repairing it, putting it back together, maybe for some defense of the town. You see a man in there just pounding on the casing, taking dents out or closing up bullet holes that had been used to take down the turret in the first place, trying to close those up, sort of thing.
Any other ghouls here, or me and Sven it?
You don't see any other ghouls here, but Angel has not treated you any differently.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, I mean, looking for the usual telltale signs of there's going to be trouble.
Go ahead and make a survival perception roll. Since you're looking around.
Survival perception. Good. I'm a little better at that. All right. I got a 2 and I got a 20.
Okay. And is a survival a tag skill for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. I would give you action points, but you guys have full action points because you guys are an action point building machine. You see in the second story window of one of the houses, there's a woman in a bright white, like laundered lab coat. And she's looking at you, looking straight at you and Sven Guli there, pretty disapprovingly. And then when she sees you look up, kind of walks away.
Kind of under my breath, but to Sven, I said, "Did you see that? We got one. Watch your back."
Yeah, I mean, there's one in every town, at least, if not the whole town.
Racists, man.
Yeah, they're all from Berwyn.
Yeah.
I am going to go and try to sell our goods.
Okay. Who are you going to try and sell to?
Well, if there's a weapons store, I'll sell the weapons there. If there's an armor store, I'll sell those armors there.
There's not a traditional
a
like
store,
armor store.
We'll just go there.
You float around a little while. You do see inside of one building, the main floor is kind of open, and there's a counter, and there's a bunch of stuff sitting on it, and there's a woman behind the counter as you float in.
Greetings.
Hello.
I am representing the hero of the wall. We defeated your raiders trying to attack your city, who would have come in and raped you and murdered you. We should like to make a deal.
Hero of the wall?
Yes, you were just being attacked by raiders. We got rid of them.
Well, thank you. They've been coming around a lot. You say you want to make a deal? My name's Susan,
yes.
By the way.
I am Nurse Handy, 17.
Okay. So what are you looking to buy? What are you looking to sell?
I have 3 pipe guns, 4 tire irons, a harness, 4 sets of road leathers, and potentially 1 heavy coat.
Okay.
And 99 pieces of junk.
And opens up all this junk.
Wait. Make that 102. I had portions of junk myself.
Okay. So the way that we're going to do this is to make it easy is we're going to group all of this together. Okay. When you're selling something, it's worth 25% of the book price for selling. And then you can haggle after that. You can also barter one for one because they may
That's
not
what I
have
have.
a ton of caps.
I have barter, yes. So
I have how many caps they have available if you wanted to sell for caps. But I'm going to
I have 215 caps worth at the book prices, though.
at book prices. So
At book
take
prices,
out
this is worth 215.
take out the junk. Junk is not 25%.
No, that was not the junk. That was the other stuff.
Okay, 215.
Yes, because I have 3 pipe guns, 4 tire irons, a harness, and road leathers. The book price would be 250. That's presuming Steve New Gunner takes the pipe gun and the 38.
Ammo. Are you're taking one of the pipe guns and the 38 ammo?
Yes.
Yes, we have 54.
Okay.
We have 54 rounds for the 38 ammo.
Okay. You're starting with 54 caps, not including the junk. The junk is
Okay.
worth 2 caps apiece. And what sorts of things are you looking for? We get a lot of people coming into trade, like different settlements setting their people out and trying to trade stuff. A lot less since the Minutemen kind of collapsed a few years ago, but we're still doing okay. I mean, it's why we built the wall, since they're not protecting us anymore.
I believe we all need different kinds of ammo.
All right. So starting with you, Aaron, since you're there, and then everybody else try and figure out the things that you were interested in picking up
I was
or
looking at
seeing if
maybe-
they have,
Could you
unless
not
someone is
start
already
with me?
ready.
Yeah, because I have to go and look at mods,
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
which is a lot of scrolling for me.
I'm more looking for if they've got any fusion cells, and then that's all that I would like to buy. But I am looking around pretty much everything that I can look at to see what kind of weaponry they have inside this place.
Okay.
Just looking at the moment.
They might have stuff behind the counter that you're not seeing right now. They do have some pipe guns and such. They have some mods for pipe guns if you were interested in those.
Looking for something more techy. The Brotherhood of Steel in me is looking to see how much technology they actually have in here.
Yep. They do have some fusion cells. Let me see. They have 1 fusion cell.
Okay.
And taking a look at it, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 18 charges in it.
We have 54 caps to spend on it.
If you sell junk, you have lots of junk.
Okay, I'll sell whatever junk I was carrying then. I don't know how much of the junk I was carrying versus anybody else.
Okay. So somebody needs to who's keeping track of the junk and stuff?
I can keep track of the junk. So how much junk are we
Okay.
lost?
All right. Well,
We
let me here, actually, before we do that, we're doing, you said it was 54 worth is the fusion cells, the
Should be,
18
yeah.
shot fusion cells.
18, 3 caps each, right?
Yeah. All right. So since we're doing a bulk buy sell, let's put it all together and we'll figure out what's going on there.
Steve is looking to replenish his. Sorry, Steven was looking to replace his expended shotgun and a 10mm.
All right. Let's see. 10mm rarity 0. So there's a fairly common here. They have 45 10mm rounds available. You don't have to buy them all, but they have them available.
I think like 10 would nicely augment what I currently have.
And those are 2 each.
20 caps.
And they have 13 shotgun shells.
Ooh, shotgun shells, their cost 3. I would take 5, I think. So that's 15. And maybe when we edit, I was just going to say, like, maybe when we edit, we just say, shopping montage.
Perhaps.
I finally found my mods. They're on page 185. If you wanted to play along in my game.
Okay.
For 50 caps, I could help allies with stealth and generate a stealth field.
Well,
But
that
it
seems
says
healthy.
robotics expert 1. I don't know what that means.
That means someone, either one of you in your group, or you have
Or
to
somebody in
find
this
someone
town.
who has robotics expert as a perk.
Okay.
And they also have to have it here.
Yes. So I guess the first question is, do they have a stealth field? Do they potentially have an integral boiler mod where I can make purified water twice per scene out of combat? I can turn dirty waters into clean
Once per
ones.
scene, you can turn 2 dirty waters into 1 purified water in 10.
That could be handy. I mean, for that only being like 15 caps, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a fairly common mod for Mr. Handy models.
I already have the diagnosis mod. I wouldn't mind the behavioral analysis mod.
So since behavioral analysis and the stealth field are both rarity 3 and require robotics expert, I would say there is a definite chance they have one of them, but not both. And if you were to spend a luck point, I would allow one of those to be available.
Okay. I'll spend a luck point.
So you have 4 available luck points. Then which one do you want to have available?
Let's go with the stealth.
Okay.
That helps everybody. Can I spend 50 caps on that? Because that's a lot.
We're putting together all the caps as well. That's to the group, but
Okay.
we're putting together
did you
everything.
spend? Lucky, how much did you spend? I kind of lost track of yours.
54. That was it.
Okay, so we've spent 104 so far.
You've spent 134 for the 10 millimeters and the shotgun shells as well.
Okay. Then I
So that's
something,
like
but...
we're adding everything up, and then you're going to sell stuff, and we'll combine all that, and we'll roll one bargain roll for the whole shebang.
Chris, I'm thinking you have something you want for making your chems?
Actually, I was going to take my portion of the junk and scavenge it and try to get common and uncommon stuff from it.
Okay.
And then I can search for stuff. Yeah.
You can get common without any issues.
Okay.
How much are you going to take? Like, you could take like 25 items of the junk, which is a quarter of the junk.
Yeah, that I will take 25 items of the junk. I will go through it and attempt to get some common common items, common materials.
Yeah, common materials.
Yeah.
Question
Also, don't forget, we had 60, 70, right? 30.
We had
32.
70 caps on top of that we've looted.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just making sure we got that.
Okay, so salvaging item, take 10 minutes per item being salvaged, requires int plus repair with a difficulty of 0.
Okay.
A roll of 1 effect for each junk item salvaged. So you receive common materials equal to the total rolled. And you may roll 1 additional combat die for every AP spent after succeeding on the test.
Are you telling me I'm rolling 25 times?
You were rolling 25 combat die. And
all right, I'll talk to you next week.
if you want to use D6s, 5s and 6s are effects.
Virtual
So for
dice
every
roller.
effect you get a common material.
You can use Google and just say roll 25.
I'm going
Yeah.
to go to
Okay.
my online dice roller. Just a second.
Yeah. It's a
Like,
1 in 3 chance, basically. But roll an int plus repair first.
Okay, that I can do here. So int plus repair. That's going to be pretty decent for me, actually.
You can buy more dice if you want.
Int plus repair for me is a 10. No, I don't think I need to. Well, what do we got? I'm sorry. What do we?
You have 6
All
AP right now.
Okay, I'm going to take one extra die. Okay, I got a 1, a 9, and a 15.
So that's 3 successes.
3 successes.
Okay, so that gives you 3 AP, one of which can go back into the pool.
Okay.
But that means you can also spend the other 2 AP to buy 2 more combat dice as
And
well.
don't forget, you have luck points, so you could re-roll that 15 if you really want to.
I'm okay.
Nobody else is using luck points except for me, and y'all have them.
Okay.
So what that equates to is if you're breaking down all the junk, you will have 27 combat dice to roll.
Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can do this in a way that it's only going to let me do 10 at a time. Okay. All right.
I can probably, if you're okay with me rolling it, I can do that.
Okay, hold on. All right. I did the first 10. Of that first 10, there are. Is this my repair versus int again? Or repair and int again?
No, this is
These are the D6s. All right. So I need 25 D6s. 27 D6s. Okay, it will let me do 10 at a time. So the first 10, the 5s and the 6s are the ones that matter?
yes.
All right, then 3 successes.
Okay.
Okay, and then another set. So this will make 20. 4 successes. And then 7 more. 3 successes. And
Okay.
of course, I did not total those in my head.
You ended up with 10 common materials out of all
right.
that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Then I will also, anything that I can't get anything from, I'll sell. I don't even know if you can make anything on stuff that's been broken down. Probably not.
No, it's been broken down already.
Okay. And then, yeah, I'm looking for chem stuff. So if they have any antiseptic or blood packs, I would be looking for those.
Okay. By the way, common materials, junk weighs 2 per. Common materials only weigh 1.
Okay.
Is there a list of where those items are for?
214 is the recipes for chems. Now, I haven't done a search to see if I can find antiseptics anywhere else, but okay, it appears 3 times, so let's go find them. Okay, antiseptic is a rare material.
It just says rare.
Well,
as in a material.
There's a listing about, they talk about junk on 208, and they give a breakdown of common materials, uncommon materials, rare materials. Antiseptics are rare materials. I don't know what blood packs are. I haven't searched for that yet.
I think blood pack is a...
Blood pack is 10 caps. Counts as a beverage.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Now,
blood pack is 10, rarity 2. So I would say...
I only have 14 caps. I don't know if it's going to be worth it.
Well, there's also the group caps as
okay.
well. They have 3 blood packs available.
All right. If you guys, if we can find antiseptic and blood packs, I can make stim packs, is where I'm going with this.
They also have, and do you have the recipe for stim packs?
It's a common recipe.
Which means that you can make it because you have chemist.
Yeah, I can make it. Because I have chemist, it looks like I can make absolutely anything. According to the list of stuff on 214.
Okay.
It calls out the ones that you specifically have to be chemist for. Everything else anybody can make. So I'm assuming, therefore, I can make anything.
Okay. And there are some eventually that you need to find somebody who has it. But according to this, you can make everything. At least the ones on here.
Yep.
Okay, so they also do have 3 antiseptic available.
Alrighty.
And I would say they are 5 caps per.
Okay. So then I asked the party, can we spend, we said, what, 15 caps plus, what was the blood packs? How much were the blood
I think
packs?
they were 10.
So 30 plus 15. Can we spend 45 caps on this stuff? And I can make you
Sure.
some stim packs.
I think that's a
Yes.
great idea.
All right. Cool.
So right now you have 184 caps in trade item of things you want to buy. What do you want to sell?
And nearly all of it.
Don't know what all of it is, so you're going to have to give me the list.
The harness. I don't know if we want to sell the heavy coat. That's the only thing I haven't put in there.
Well, you could always use a heavy
3 pipe
cloak later.
guns. 3 pipe guns, 4 tire iron, a harness, and 4 sets of road leathers. And then we had 99 junk, which now we have 75 junk.
You said the harness.
I've got the prices of all these things. It's worth 215.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's worth 215. Each pipe
And-
gun is 30. Each tire iron is 25, according to the book.
Mhm.
The harness is worth 5. The road leathers are all worth 5.
How many road leathers do you have?
4,
Road leathers were what?
5. So it's 20 for road leathers.
So 20 for road leathers, 5 for the harness. Is it 30 per pipe gun?
Yes.
So that's 90, and then 100 for the tire irons, and you're going to get 25% of that one. So 125 is 215 caps, and then you were going to sell the junk as well.
Yes, we have
Which is
75 junk.
150 caps worth, which is 365 caps, and you want 184 caps of stuff.
Yes.
So let's figure out how to do the bartering. Haggling. So if you don't have, let's see. For the larger value is the cost of items you're buying, you'll reduce the cost you're selling. Okay, so final price is 365 minus 184 is 161 caps that you would theoretically get. But let's try a haggling. This is an opposed
Okay.
charisma plus barter test.
Okay.
And you know what?
I'm gonna spend some
an
caps.
extra. I'm going to spend an extra. You're buying how many
spent 2.
caps?
I bought 2.
You need 3 caps then. It's one cap for the first die. It's 2 caps for the second die added to the 1 cap. So 3 total. And then 3
Okay.
more caps for the third die for 6 total.
So now I get to roll 4 dice, right?
4 dice.
4 dice 6.
Sorry. Yes, 4 die 20. Thinking Star Wars. Sorry.
I got a 1. I got a 3. Let me see what my barter is. I got 4 successes. Plus one of them is a 1. So it's a double
Okay, I got
success,
1 success. You got 4 successes.
No, I
You
got
got-
5 successes because one of them is a 1 on the wild die. So that's 2, right?
Okay.
So I have 5 successes.
Is barter is your tag skill, right?
Yes.
Did any of the D20s get below your barter skill number?
One of them equaled it and the other 3 got under it.
Not the total, not just the skill. Not the charisma plus barter, just barter.
So 2 of them, I rolled a 1 and I rolled a 3. 3 equals
Okay.
my skill.
So those 2 dice is 4 successes right there. And then what's the other ones that were above
11 and a
barter but
10.
below your... Okay.
And so
6.
I needed an 11.
Okay. Any others under the 11?
That's all my dice.
Okay. So that's 6 successes versus 1. If you succeed, the dice becomes 10% more favorable. If you succeed, so you have 6 AP coming. You have 5 AP coming to you. You get 10% more favorable. If you spend 2 AP, you get a 20% more favorable Do you want to
I'll
spend?
spend 2 of the 5. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. You still have. That means you have 3 AP left, which will just go back into your stuff, which brings you back to 6 AP for the. Okay. 161. 20% of that is 32. So that is 193 caps to the group. In addition to all the stuff that you bought.
Plus the 70 we already had in caps.
Well, that's your individual
So-
stuff. Or no,
Well,
was that the group?
That was
Yeah, the
all
group,
of them
just
put
from
together.
collecting.
Okay.
So now I've got to divide that by 4.
You have 173 plus 70
No, that's
is
263.
263.
Then 24.
70
so
plus
that-
190.
So, going with the 6 there.
65 caps each with 0.75 left over. So we'll say somebody gets a 66th cap.
Okay.
Thank you for coming to the Layer of Secrets for our math and economics course. We hope you join us
Mathathon.
next time where we'll be going over global geopolitical issues. Thank you.
But you know,
Okay.
it
Chris?
has been important in our games to understand the actual
it
mechanics,
is.
right?
It is. I kid because this is the kind of riveting podcasting I have come
I am totally turning this into a YouTube short. That little that piece.
Feel free, my friend. It's all yours.
All right.
Thank you
can
for your
know,
help.
If how can you know what your souls are worth if you don't know how much the common goods are worth? Right? We learned that in Cyberpunk.
For
Yeah. Yeah.
point
True enough.
7 for 1 cap, is there any gold star stickers? So we can have
Sure.
it even.
Sure.
I got gold star stickers. Yay!
There's you see in the corner a pack of gold star stickers and ask about them. It's like, yeah. I mean, for 1 cap, sure, I'll give them to you. She obviously this
Forgot about
woman
them.
obviously doesn't care about gold star stickers, but you do.
I do.
So
I've been needing
so
gold
Susan,
star stickers.
you haggle with Susan. You put a whole bunch of stuff back and forth, and now you have stuff, different stuff, less
now
stuff,
I
more
need somebody
stuff.
to install my new mod.
Now you
If
have to find someone who can install your new mod.
I have a new snazzy mod.
That's the stealth mod,
Yes. It
and
is
you
really
needed
cool.
someone with robotics,
A
right?
robot yes. So I asked her if she knows of anybody with robotics expertise in the town.
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, we keep Deezer running, but not well. Best he can do is make the lemonade for us, and it's always a little off.
He's fine to me.
As you hear like a rumbling coming from Lucky Buck's guts, right?
Yeah.
I just happened to stumble into the one good batch that they've gotten.
Or you just don't know what lemonade tastes like, and you think it's fine.
It's like everything else, tastes like chicken.
I met someone who had fugu. And I was like, so what does it taste like? And she's like, a light chicken. I was like, okay, man.
Don't need to eat that anymore.
Nope.
Because I was like, you've actually eaten it and you've survived. What does it taste like?
That's the poisonous blowfish, right? That if they prepare it,
Yeah.
it kills you.
Yeah.
Yep. The
You're an
Tetra
apprentice for
something
5
toxin.
years before
Mhm.
you can actually like be a fugu chef.
I'll pass.
I mean, if
'Cause
you
it's all in the knife
talk
work.
with Lars, maybe he might be able to install it for you.
Okay, where can I find Lars?
He's just around the corner, banging on stuff all day.
Okay, I go towards the sounds of the banging.
Probably right around where I'm snooping.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you were snooping by the quote unquote forge ish area. Yeah. So yeah, you're watching him. He finishes up with the casing for the machine gun installation and kind of puts it together. Has pulled out like soldering iron and such, and is working on whatever innards there was there. Does not seem to have noticed you.
I wave. Wait, did we ever fix my
No, I'm sorry. I was
teleportation?
talking to Lucky Buck right now. So like he's got a moment before you come around the corner.
I just want to see what all he's got back there. So a machine gun at the very least, and then
Yeah. You were looking for
any weaponry that would be more advanced than like a pipe gun.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's like he's got some flashlights in here, Geiger counter. You
Things that the
see
Brotherhood might like.
you see a very beat up piece of T-45 leg armor. Like this would be like it is so beat up, the Brotherhood just would discard it at this point. It's really beat up.
Machine gun. That sounds in.
He's let's see. He's got some pipe guns and such up on the wall that he's obviously kind of put together, but they're all modded in some ways. There's some pipe rifles here. You see a couple have some scopes and such on there. But you're looking for like special stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Does he
I can
have any
roll
really?
really.
You know what? Roll 5d20.
Okay.
And let me know if you get any ones.
Nope, no ones. A 2, a 3, and a 6, but no then a 12 and a 14, but no ones.
Okay. You did get a 2 though. There's this really weird thing in among all the pipe guns. It looks like you'd have to hold it with like 2 hands, and there's maybe like a strap for your shoulder. It looks like part of a jet engine, maybe like a small one. And a barrel is sticking out of one end.
Interesting. Okay, now then Nurse Handy can come whenever she wants.
Okay. And then Nurse Handy comes around the corner. And when she does, Lars looks up, hearing the thrusters of Nurse 17 come around the corner. Sees the both of you. Hey, yeah, what can I do you for?
Hey, I think her little arm piece here got a little damaged. I don't know if you can help get that fixed up or anything like that.
Yeah, I can do that. Looks. Can I see it?
Kind of cover my appearance here.
Can I see that?
Please. Yes. Yes.
Comes over, takes a look at which arm was it?
It was arm 3.
Yes, but what is on arm 3?
My laser.
Okay. It's like, yeah, I can fix this. Can you detach it so I can work on it?
I think I can do that, yes.
Okay. So you allow him access to get in there and detach it.
And also the stealth module. I want this installed. I hang it up.
Okay. Holding it up in your pincer?
Yes.
I might be able to do that. Yeah, hold on. You'll need to shut down for that one, though.
Okay.
All right. He starts working on, kind of looks over between the two of you. Which one do you want me to work on first?
I mean, whichever one she wants more.
All right.
Just to give him something to look into. If he's trying to like detach her arm and everything like that, then while he's detaching her arm, I'm gonna try to like, act like I'm just trying to get out of his way, but move closer to that little piece of machinery that you were telling me about.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be 25 caps for the install and 10 caps for the repair. Is that all good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Aaron, if you wanted to barter, you can.
I will attempt to barter.
Give it to me cheaper.
I'm just going to roll my 2 dice. I'm not going to get it's not a big, huge. I succeeded on both of them.
How many total successes?
Okay, well, I've got a 2, which is under my skill, and then a
That's 2
9,
successes.
which is under the 11.
Okay, so 3. So you beat his 2 successes. Well, no, sorry. You tied his 3 successes because I got a 1 and a 7. So
Okay.
It's just going to be the straight 35.
Okay.
So take out 35 caps out of the whichever pool you're taking that out of.
I will pay for it personally.
Okay.
If you're shut down, then I'll do it.
Yeah. So if you can shut down, I can work on this first, and then if you want to leave and come back and pick up the arm once I finished it, we can do that.
Okay. I will go fly someplace where I can land and shut down.
Okay. Let's see if he's any good.
What do you mean he installed it upside down?
What do you
How
mean?
can
It's
you
the
tell?
visibility field. As Nurse 17 comes out as a glowing disco ball. It takes a half an hour. You're kind of lucky. Are you hanging around as he's installing this stuff?
Yeah. I'm gonna hang around.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay as close to this neat piece of technology as I can.
The one hanging on the wall?
Yep, the big thing with the big old strap and everything like that.
All right. Yeah, so as he's working on it, he's like takes off like the plating and such on Nurse 17. There's a bunch of stuff inside, and he's as he's working, hands inside of Nurse 17 is like, yeah. So I see you're interested in the junk jet there.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it do?
Well, you pretty much load anything in it, and it will shoot out the front. And let's just say you don't want to be in front of it when it does.
That seems pretty much. How much did you sell this stuff for?
Let me think here. He's thinking. He picks up this little 5-pound sledge and is just like bang, bang, bang on Nurse 17 for a little bit, trying to get things to fit. Nurse 17, you come like conscious for a second with bang, 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 and then static, and then you shut down again. I could part with it for 185 caps.
Okay. A little rich for my blood, but as you can tell, I'm not a big, heavy user. But I could talk to my team and see what they think. But yeah, okay. Good to know.
He finishes plugging in a few things and puts the plating back on and reactivates Nurse 17. And Nurse 17, when you come online again, your systems indicate you have a new system installed.
Woohoo!
And it is entitled a stealth field.
Okay.
All right.
I've run the pre-checks or whatever it is I have to do.
Okay. You start those pre-checks, and he pulls over your arm and pulls out an acetylene torch and starts heating up the area that was hit with the tire iron, and starts working on it. So it'll probably be another half hour or so.
Okay.
So
I'll get out of your hair then. I just wanted to kind of watch and see.
No worries. Let me know if you want to buy the junk jet.
Yeah, definitely. I want to steal it, but I don't want to buy it.
You don't have 285 caps?
Not on me, no. Little.
I mean, you could, if Nurse 17, works with you, you might be able to get 20% off.
I still wouldn't have enough. At 65 caps.
Maybe the group does.
I mean, yeah, maybe the group
Sounds
does,
like a worthwhile investment to me. But I'm not.
It is, by the way, it is heavy weapon, just in case that matters, which it probably does.
Oh, yeah,
I have 30 caps. I can lend to this ghoul, but I don't know that that's going to be enough either.
All right. So what's everybody else doing while this is going on?
Steven like catches up with these guys and like he's practically vibrating like, so ready to go? Ready to go, Thriftway. I think he's right over that way. Do we know where he is? We should find out where he is. I think we should find out where he is. He's got my gun. Can we get my gun back, please?
Do you have a description of this man that we should
he's
know
a
where
ghoul.
he is?
We
Hey,
don't actually, do we?
What?
He is an
I
irradiated.
suppose we all
person.
look alike to you.
yeah, we all look alike. We all just, yeah, uh-huh.
Well, some of you
Kinda-
glow
so-
thermonuclearly, and some of you don't.
Well, how
Sven
tall is
Gooley
he?
kind of straightens his tuxedo and his top hat.
I love Spaguli.
I don't know, Sven. Do you remember where he is supposed to be? Have you heard?
Hopefully as far away from me as possible.
Wrong answer. Is there a bar in this place?
I mean, there's usually a bar somewhere. I mean, we live in a wasteland. Getting drunk is kind of a prerequisite to staying happy.
Or
So, yeah.
science and better guns. Also another way to be happy.
I don't know. Guns kind of got us into all this, didn't it?
Maybe you.
You do find a place where people kind of hang out and everything like that. I'm going to say that some time has passed, and Nurse 17, your arm is returned by Lars as you have caught up with the rest of these guys.
Okay.
And reinstalled. You are fine.
Woohoo!
You can redo your stuff. I'm going to say no, actually, the Deezer's lemonade does not cure your radiation poisoning there, Josh, unfortunately. So, or lucky. If you were injured, it might do some other things, but, you're not injured right now, so you're fine. You do, since you like it so much, though, Deezer does come up to you, gives you a can of Deezer's lemonade. It looks kind of like a can that you would see of purified water, but it's got a different label that says Deezer's lemonade on it. And he tells you it's 4 special ingredients: less mute fruit, less rads, great taste. And kind of just wanders away. So it's evening that time. The people of Covenant seem to be fairly welcoming. You haven't seen the woman in the lab coat again since you came in. Lars did say, let me know if anything goes wrong. I'm going to be heading home for the night. I'll probably come back in a day or two if you need anything. And he leaves Covenant. Evidently, he does not live here.
I think I would have taken the time to mix up that stim pack I was talking about. I've only got the equipment for one, so while they were running around doing all their repair work, I would have found a crafting station if there was one, gotten permission to use it, and then mixed up a stim pack.
I would say that you're not used. Well, I would say you're definitely not the ideal conditions, but there is enough of a workbench sort of thing that you can mix up one of them.
I take this as a personal challenge. I mean, how little can I actually use to get this done?
Definitely far from your labs at Chemex. That's
Right.
for sure.
Yeah. So when I meet back up with the party, I toss the stim pack over to.
Actually, it wasn't Chemex. It was hallucinogen, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
You got it. I forgot.
far from your labs at hallucinogen.
Hallucinogen.
So,
yeah.
and then you gave it to who?
Steve, I mean, like throw it
Okay.
so it hits him in the chest. You're gonna need it.
Gotcha.
It's
All right,
still
so you
warm,
have-
like baked bread, but not. It's
Yeah.
At least it's supposed
this
to be
warm, this warm auto injector
right.
with a pressure gauge or something on it.
Yeah.
Add a stim pack to your inventory there, Steve, new gunner.
I've done so.
You all up for anything else?
Should like to go and well, what time is it? Is it time to go to bed? Have we spent the whole day?
It's
or
getting on
time to
early
go?
evening after all this stuff.
Okay.
After
It
the
seems like
travel
we
and shooting raiders and shopping and all that kind of stuff.
Seems we need to go to the bar and figure out, like, where this guy is. This
Okay.
Tristan, or what's his name?
Thriftway.
Thriftway. We have to go figure out where he is.
Okay. Yeah, you've been hanging out in kind of a bar meeting type area, and you mentioned who mentions Thriftway here? Well, actually, probably Steve New Gunner can't shut up about Thriftway.
Yeah, I think I imagine that he walked into the bar and he's trying to be all like nonchalant with the bartender, and so, hey, those raiders. Oh, look, I don't have time for this. Where's Thriftway? Tell me where. Can anyone tell me where Thriftway is? Not the store, the ghoul, the person.
The little boy, Matt, the boy who met you earlier. It's like, yeah, he runs the raiders around here. He keeps harassing us around here. We don't know where he is though. I mean,
useless.
if we did, we could root. I'm sure that we could root him out. But we sent, a couple people from here went out to try and track him down, but they didn't come back.
Which direction did they go?
Gate.
I forgot. I'm dealing with the surface world. You do not understand cardinal directions or even how a compass works. This starts looking.
I mean, the gate faces north.
Oh, so you do real north, true north, magnetic north. How would you define north?
The gate faces north.
All right. So they went out the north gate. Where did they go after that?
Yeah. I don't know. They went out the north gate. And then there's a wall, which we can't see through here on the surface world. Can you see through it in your underground bunker world?
Well, we have cameras, so yes.
Vaulty, be kind.
You're just
He's a kid.
special there in the vault.
Yes, obviously.
We're
very
very
special.
Clean water, clean underwear.
Yeah, see, I mean, it was really a paradise. It still is. And someday I'll get to go back there.
Why don't you go back?
Goulardi interjects, and he still has all his fingers. Sorry.
So yeah, you ask around. Let's why don't we do a charisma and speech roll, Steve, as you ask around, asking for stuff.
Okay, ooh, we have all of the dice caps.
Yes, you could spend up to 6 AP to get 3 extra dice to search for Thriftway.
Well, I'm going to do that.
Help him.
Yeah.
My charisma is a 4. So
I
How's
will
your
help
speech?
him.
Okay,
it's a 2.
so go ahead
I
and
have
roll.
a 2 speech and an 8 charisma.
Go ahead and roll 1d to assist him.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
Okay, so that's 1 success, but only if Steve succeeds.
Here's the dice. Oh wait, that's not a real die. I have 1 success with a 3. And
1 success with 3. Okay.
But hold on, I have to look at my character sheet for a second here. My rank is a 2 in speech, so I do not get bonus, but I do succeed with 1 roll.
Okay, so you have a total of 2 successes after wiping out the group AP fund, which is pretty funny. The evidently it only works in combat when you rolling that many dice to gain AP. You hear more of the same story that Thriftway's been around. He comes and goes. Thriftway's raiders always seem to be around. After they capture a few people, he'll disappear for a few weeks, and then he'll be back looking for more people. You do hear that same rumor that they think that's the Enclave is buying slaves. They don't know what for, because they don't, they're not really known for using slaves for labor per se. So they're not really sure why they're collecting people. But he is definitely in the area now, because especially that raider attack today was kind of another sign that Thriftway is in the area, in the fairly immediate area, at least within a day's travel or so.
How often do the raiders come?
It kind of depends. Usually it's not it's not usually they don't usually attack the town. This was kind of weird that only 3 of them kind of tried to attack Covenant. They must have been extra stupid. Usually if people are out traveling, like traders that are going between settlements, etc., they'll try and hit those because they're easier targets. I have a feeling maybe they're getting a little desperate by trying to hit Covenant.
So, do you happen to have any traders that are going to be leaving anytime soon?
They usually come to us. So no,
We could just pose as traders.
Yeah, you could pose as traders. That's for sure.
Or, and he flips open like his Pip Boy, in the art of New War TM, it suggests taking advantage of resources at hand to augment what you have. So, who in town would be interested in earning some bottle caps, posing as traders, which we would then protect?
There is
legitimate
a
tactic. That's a
silence.
The art of New War says this is a totally legitimate tactic.
There is a long, long silence until there's a ringing at the front gate, as in like it sounds, and everybody who is here kind of jumps up and runs out of the bar.
Huh?
I think the raiders are here.
Is that a good ringing or a bad ringing?
The only people here are your group right now. Well, actually, I'll say Matt is here. The boy, he certainly didn't run out at this point. That's a bad ringing. That means that's the alarm bell. I don't know what's happening, but that's the alarm bell.
To the gates.
What are you going to do?
I very enthusiastically run to the gates.
Okay.
Well, if the class is going to the gate, then I'm following the class.
Yep,
All
same
right.
here.
Join.
Sven Gulli goes, I'll hold down the bar. Make sure it's safe.
You're in charge here. Write down anybody's name who's misbehaving.
Lucky you also left?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be like, "Are you okay, Spenguli? What are you doing? I don't want to."
I'm fine. I am totally good. I'm going to protect the boy here. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Is there an equivalent of an inside check in here?
You could do a perception survival.
Okay. A 4 and a 6. So not going to do anything for my survival, but for my perception, that's 2 successes.
So, yeah, you think he just wants to stay away from any possible danger whatsoever.
Oh, okay. All right, then. And then I'm just going to walk out and start following everybody else.
All right. As you get to the front gate, there's a series that you see a crowd of the people here, of Covenant here, and they're carrying someone inside who looks pretty beat up, probably shot a few times, and you recognize Lars.
Well, I should like to use my medicine on Lars.
Okay.
Because he helped me, so I will help him.
Okay.
Lars came back.
So intelligence plus medicine.
Yes, let's see if we have any caps that I can spend. Oh, we don't have any caps. Dang. Okay. I rolled 1 success, and it is under my skill rating. So I rolled a 4. I have a skill rating of 5.
Okay. And is medicine your tag skill?
Yes.
So that's a critical for you. That means 2 successes.
Okay.
Yeah, he has been shot several times. Looks like beaten up as well. Maybe hit with a tire iron across the side of the face. He is like barely standing, and you're able to help his superficial wounds and such like that. He's definitely going to need some rest.
Plus, with my first aid kit, I heal an additional 2 hit points.
Right. He's kind of rambling as you're helping him and doing wrapping up his wounds, etc., cleaning him up. He's like, my daughter. They got my daughter. Thriftway's got my daughter.
Well, we will go and get her. Which way did they go with her?
They went to my cabin. I don't know which way they took her.
No one knows any directions in this whole town. No one sees anything. No.
It's the problem. Ever
What are
since
we
they built
supposed
that
to do?
wall.
What are we supposed to do?
Which
Go
way
outside
is
and
the cabin?
yeah.
Maybe we can do tracking from there. Which way is the cabin?
Angel is there as well. He says, we know where his cabin is. We can take you there. One of us, I can take you there.
Let's go to the cabin.
Okay. We're gonna end it here. Thanks again for coming to Lair of Secrets Fallout game, and hope you enjoyed it. Head on over to layerofsecrets.com for more of our content. And if you're watching this on YouTube or listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anything like that, subscribe, leave us a review, thumbs up, comment on, especially on YouTube, comment on how wrong we got the rules. So have a good time, and we'll see you again in the Wasteland.